Hello, hello. What's up, Buttercup? It's Bunny Love 444. I'm checking in a little early here so we can wait for people to get in here and get things going because, like I said, today is day 8 of that sacred transformation. And it's about feeling the change. That's why I had posted that tree where we're all deeply rooted and connected in some way, shape, or form. But we all go through the changes at different time periods, just like the different elements, right? So, yeah, we're going to wait for people to get in here. How has everybody been doing? It's been busy, busy, busy. We are going to light the tranquility, okay? Because we all need that peace and tranquility. A lot of people, whether you're fighting, the inner turmoil, whether you're doing the changes, within self, whether there's stuff going on in your life, we're all consumed by the things that try to overtake us and pull us down into depression and anxiety and feeling defeated. And did you see that? I blew it out and it came back. I love it. But the thing is, a lot of us have stuff going on that tends to distract us. And while we're working on our sacred self, this is supposed to be fully focused for you to help you grow, not to have all these distractions deter you away from that change, okay? Because it's not about, the pity or the boo-hooing or victim mentality. That's not what it is. We are too strong for that. And so therefore, we're going to keep pushing forward, right? Get this Palo Santo going. Like I said, light it up, baby. As we sit here and wait, I say light it up and it went poof. Yeah. So I'm feeling a lot of negative energies that are going on with people right now. A lot of people very, very, very negative, whether it's negative going on in the world, whether it's negative going on around you, your friend circle, whatever it may be. There's a lot of negativity, and we need to come into that alpha where it's our time. Okay, this session is all about focusing on you. What do you need to do for you to make you better? Some for you and some for me. Because the thing is if I wasn't doing this, for our Father, how many would have actually taken time for themselves to focus and work on themselves? Nobody, right? Because there's always something that they have to do. They're either too busy or they're getting distracted or they've got a significant other or friend or family trying to pull you off of that path, right? And our Father says, no, this is the time for him and this is the time for you because you are that togetherness, okay? So we're going to jump in here. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and that little notification bell so you know when I go live and get the updates. I'm also going to start doing some of the little shorts and stuff because our Father and I were having a conversation today when the Oriole came in to visit me and says, we have done 8 days so far of the sacred transformation. He wants 30 days, but he's wanting me to take a break after tonight with the sacred transformation. He's wanting me to take a break for tomorrow and for Sunday and only give the messages that he's got coming for others that need to hear. But then on Monday, he wants us to go back to day 9 because that is Magical Monday, right? That is the enlightenment. And the reason why he's doing that is so people don't stop working on themselves. Because, when something's repetitive over and over, you get bored, right? He says you get bored. But the thing is, he says, my children, you've been so distracted with the outside world. You have to focus on that inner world, okay? You are that inner world. So, what is our card for the day, Father? What is our card for the day that we really need to be able to bring forward as our childhood? What is our card for the day? Because I know, like I said, there's been a lot going on. People sit there and say that they've, ooh, okay, so we have a force, okay? That is the force of God is forcing us to see things in a different light. This is also about that freedom. Okay, this is also about that freedom. And this is also because there are 9 horses, this is about that enlightenment. Okay, so your card for number 1, my card for the day is for the childhood is 24. And it's force. And it's north. And it's white. Okay. So what I'm hearing as a child, some of you were forced to do things against your will. I'm also hearing that you were forced to do certain things for the outside that it made you feel like you didn't have this quality of life. You were forced to see things that you didn't want to see. I'm hearing the alcohol and abuse. I'm hearing as a child, you were forced to be put in situations that were not of unconditional love. And I'm hearing that people were not standing in their integrity. And when they were building this life with you, it's like they would force you to do things, whether it was force you to clean or force you, stay in your room, be isolated away from others, force you to not have friends come over. This is time to really dig into that childhood with this force that's coming up, because I'm hearing this is where you need to physically tune in to the deeper problem that has brought you from child to adolescent into the adulthood. Okay. Um, this is, you were forced to grow up fast. I'm hearing you were forced to see things that you didn't want to see. And when I'm saying that, it's like physical abuse. You were forced to watch your mother or your father be abused, okay, or be the abuser. And they forced that onto you because they would take their anger, their hurt, and their pain out on you and whoop you and beat you and be cruel to you and make you feel like you were nothing. Okay? Because they had to choose a target. Good evening, sweetheart. Love you, sisters. You were forced to be their target. So when they pulled back their bow to launch their hurt, their pain, instead of loving you unconditionally, they forced themselves to take their anger out on you. Okay. And so by doing that, yes, absolutely. Let me get this. Oh, silly me. I didn't hit return. There we go. What's going on here? Get it up there. There we go. There we go. Now it's up there. My fault. But the thing is even their innermost passions were stopped because they had all these distractions. Okay. And so you as a child, you were forced to do things against your will, whether it was mentally, emotionally, sexually, physically, or spiritually. You were forced. Okay. And I'm also hearing you always prayed to have that freedom. You always prayed to break away. You always prayed that this would go away. Okay. I'm also hearing that you were forced by a step parent. Okay. You were forced by a step parent to do things against your will. And their main purpose was because like I said, their childhood trauma, in that relationship trauma, was forced upon you for you to take the brunt end of the deal. You were that target, okay, for their bow and arrow. When they cocked back to shoot their anger or aggression somewhere, you were that target, okay? And the thing is the spiritual enlightenment is know that it is not your fault, okay? You were a child. You didn't know any better. You didn't have that love and protection. But when I see this coming through, this is God's blessing. This is God's blessing because right off the bat, he showed me 9 of them, but in the shadows, there's 10. And that's you as the angelic being. He began to give you that freedom and liberation to rise above this and to take that childhood pain, and instead of turning it into whether you had children and took it out and launched your bow back and made your children be the target, you were forced to do things differently. You were forced to break that generational curse, right? You were forced to stand in your integrity of who you are as the authentic being that you are. Because you knew that our Father, the Creator, the universe, however you resonate with him, okay, to me, he's my Father, he's our Father. But lately, I've been noticing a lot of people have been, changing his name up, and he says, no, that's not who I am. I am the Father, okay? He is our God. He is our master, and we only follow one master, right? But it was so hard that you also, I'm hearing, had to force yourself to follow some type of passion, some type of liking, to have some type of strength to manifest your secret dreams. Because when you are being forced to do these things, like I said, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, sexual, or spiritual, you were forced to a degree to do certain things. And you didn't know any better. You didn't know any better because if you didn't do it, you would get a whooping, right? You would get a beating because they would take their anger out on you, right? You didn't deserve that as a child. You didn't deserve for the abuse to go on and on, because what I'm hearing also is our Father is coming in and he's saying, listen, it's like you knew all along. You knew all along that you had a greater force with you, and that was our Father. Because when this was happening to you, you would say, please, please, God, please get me out of this situation. Or please, God, please. You'd close your eyes. And this is what he's showing me. You would close your eyes. Please, God, please, please make them stop. Make them stop. Father, I don't want to be sexually abused no more. I don't want to be beaten no more. I don't want to be cut down and ridiculed anymore. I don't want to be shamed in front of everybody because of their anger. And this is the things that were going on. So as a child, it put you on high alert. God gave you the freedom to have that liberation as a child, to keep your strength, keep your innermost passions, and know that the force of God loves you unconditionally. And emotionally, because this is the ocean of emotions, emotionally, he will help you get through it because you have that great strength, right? You have that stamina, you have that endurance, you have that power. And you hold great weight because you are an angelic being. You are a golden child. And I'm also hearing that being that chosen target, you didn't know how to do certain things because you started living in fear. You were afraid to say anything. You were afraid to do anything. You were afraid to move around the house, knowing that you were going to be that target. And I'm hearing some of you were even afraid to go to sleep at night because that's when you were forced into sexual things, whether it's male or female. Our Father is saying, listen, it has happened to both sexes of my children, where somebody has come in and molested, raped, and did all these nasty things. Okay. And they forced you to do things, which made you start living in fear because you were afraid to go to bed at night. You were afraid when your mother left for work. Okay. You were afraid to be left home with your sibling. Okay. What I'm hearing is God's coming in. And I know right now somebody is just, they're very sick to their stomach, but you're having so much pain down in your sacral because the thing is all these things that have happened to you as a child, you've been living in fear. Hello, beautiful. Hello. You've been living in fear for so long. And people, when you talk to people, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm not in fear. I'm not in fear. But really, secretly, you live in fear because I'm hearing some of you as a child into that adolescent, into the adult, you're afraid to be alone because of the force. Hello, beautiful. Because of the force that was put upon you as a child has made you live in that fear. It has made you treat, yeah, and I'm hearing, oh my gosh, and I'm feeling the pain right now of somebody was brutally, brutally attacked and forced to do things. Our Father is like showing me that they were brutally attacked and forced to do things. I'm also hearing that a stepfather um, would douse your drink with some type of alcohol to make you feel like fuzzy or not really coherent, kind of numb. But when the Father comes in and he starts showing me, and I'm feeling energetically, I'm feeling that pain. It is bad. It is bad because your innocence, he says, your innocence as a child was taken against your will. And just know that you need to forgive the person who has done this to you. Because when you forgive, the thing is, you hand it over to our Father and he's going to serve the consequence. He's going to serve the consequences for the ones that have done this. But when it's sad because if it wasn't against YouTube terms, I would tell you what our Father was showing me in there. But, I have to be careful of what I put out there. But just know, if I owned this channel, I would put it out there rawly because the things that they showed me, I can tell you, nobody should suffer like this. Nobody should have to fear to go to a babysitter being molested and raped. Okay? They shouldn't have to fear. And I'm hearing they force you against your will. And I'm hearing your mother calls you a liar. Your mother calls you a liar as a child. So you became fearful as a child when they told you it was nap time. Wow. Yeah. And so that is what I am getting for that. And like I said, yeah. And Misty, I was too. I was too. The thing is it was by multiple people in her inner circle. But yeah. But when that comes out, when they're bringing that out, they're saying that somebody went to a babysitter. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And so this is the card of the day, is that you were forced to do things against your will. But God says, don't ever give up on him because he's giving you that liberation. You need to know that you were the target of their pain and suffering. Okay. All right. Yep. Yep. See, and this is when I said this is going to be powerful and strong tonight. This is, he picked the 8th day because the 8th day is very abundant of how you have overcome being forced to do things as a child, overcoming these and knowing that it's not your fault. You were like the target for their bow and arrow of their pain and the things that they were doing that they didn't want to break them generational curses of things that have been going on. And when I say generational curses, them being beaten and molested, and it's carrying on from generation to generation. And instead of giving that unconditional love and being a protector, they decided to come in and be the complete opposite. Okay. So again, this is 24 force, north and white. This is God coming in and saying he sees that your innocence was taken as a child. Okay. And it has really put you in your head. It has really put you based the way you do things, the way you caution yourself, the way that you fear certain things. And he's saying you need to let that go. You need to let that go because yes, it happened to you, but you need to follow that innermost passion of you. He gave you that strength because we all know horses are strong, right? Some of them weigh a half ton. But the thing is he gave you enough stamina, enough strength to persevere forward so that we can break this generational curse of not being shut down, of talking about it when this is a huge problem that's taking place, not only in different business areas. Like I said, I can't violate YouTube terms, but like our father says, this is going on for generations and generations. And it's time that it needs to be broken. It needs to be broken because this is a force that is programming and conditioning others to constantly live in fear, to constantly doubt themselves, to not feel good about themselves, to not accept genuine unconditional love because they're afraid that their partner is going to end up raping them or something or molesting them. They have fears. They have fears. And this childhood trauma can go into the adulthood. And that's why this sacred transformation is very vital to us as individuals, because what this does is this brings this out. It lets us see the truth. For one, you are not alone. There are millions. Our father said there are millions, excuse me, billions. He just said 1.6 billion of his children have gone through sexual, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual abuse. Okay. Some of them just don't want to talk about it because they're afraid that it's going to taint their image. Well, guess what? They're God's child, they're a human being. And if we don't unite together to bring this out and show that this is a major problem that is going on, that it affects not only the mind, it affects the relationships, it affects how you constantly live in fear. Because how many of you have as children lived in fear about, because I'm hearing you were forced to stay home alone. You were forced to stay home and take care of your siblings and be like the adult, cooking and cleaning and everything else. I'm hearing our father's coming in and he's crying. His heart is aching. And all he's showing me is the vibration through the alpha radiating his unconditional love through the energetic vessel right now. on how much he is trying to keep his heart balanced, seeing that this has gone on. Yes, and see, and this is the thing, because everybody, when it comes to this, Misty, that's a great point, because everybody nowadays, they are pointing out, oh, these people are losers, or oh, look at that happened to them, or like yada yada yada. But I guarantee you, that person that's saying it, the Father will come through and say that that person was also abused in some way. But they just have so much pride to not put it out there, because they want to be up here in their pride and their ego, like they're not one that has happened to. And our Father is saying there's 1.6 billion people who this has happened to. His children, his children, and his generational children. Yeah, and he's saying it's by naming your act and standing in your power. A lot of people are trying to paint God as the one not coming through, as God is not the one being there to lift you out of that situation. But just know, our Father is there, and he is taking notes. He is catching every teardrop that you are shedding. He is catching every energetic ounce of pain that you are pulsating. He is catching every emotion that you go through, every hard situation you go through. I got the goosebumps right now, because he's coming in and he's saying, yes, tell him, it is not me. It is not me. Everybody keeps painting a bad picture about our Father, on how it's him not taking us out of the situation. But the thing is, as children, he sent the angels to come and do it, but they were corrupted by the devilish energies. Some of them angels that he thought he could trust in were corrupted. They were meant to protect you, and they let their darker side take over and be the ones to hurt you. Father says, don't worry. I have got it all written down in each and every one of your life journals. He says, I am keeping track of everyone who physically hurt you, mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, and spiritually. He says, I've been keeping track. Don't you worry. As you were a child, I've been keeping track. That's why I gave you the stamina to push forward. That's why you've been able to endure this and move into your adolescent. Okay? Because when you moved into that adolescent, epiphany started coming. The lightning strikes that our Father was striking down, you started to see things that were changing. You started to see events that were happening. Okay? Because I can tell you, like my situation, it was because of my neighbor who called, who was tired of hearing it. God sent that angel to call in. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here today. I wouldn't be sitting here today. Hello, Paula. Hello. Yes, there are evil spirits attached to good souls, okay? He wants me to confirm that. Not all is bad. Their soul has been corrupted with dark entities, and they don't know how to clear it. And that's why me, as the 33 messenger teacher, he said, I need to be able to put this out there so that people can start seeing, so that we can light it up again. But he is saying, as you moving into the adolescent stage, how many of you started becoming rebellious? How many of you said, hey, you know what? I'm going to run away, or I'm going to dip out. And I don't recommend anybody to do that. Okay. He just stopped me and said, hey, make sure that you're not telling people that it's okay to do that. But these are the thoughts, you know, or, when it comes into, a lot of you thought about suicide. A lot of you thought about self-hurting yourself. And why is that? Because you were forced to do things against your will. You had nobody there loving you unconditionally and protecting you. They were so worried and wrapped up in what they were doing and their addictions and their stuff that guess what? You as a child had to suffer. Same here. I did too. I was in the system for the longest time. I was in since I was 10. Since I was 10, I was in the system. Yeah. But it made me a better person. I'm thankful that our father took me out of that karmic family and said, listen, I've got a bigger mission for you. No, you don't need that. You're going to come and you're going to speak your truth and you're going to put it out there for your brothers and sisters to know the message that's coming from him. But as an adolescent, okay, you had thoughts. You had thoughts. You wanted to end you, your hurt, your pain, and the only outlet you had was self-destruct. Whether it was being rebellious, whether it was running away, whether it was just being that devilish energy and being out in the streets and defending yourself and doing things that wasn't righteous, right? So in its message that we got for being forced as a child, what made us realize our need as an adolescent. Yes, yes, absolutely. I was there too. I was there too, big time. I had my on that situation, I had my 4-year-old, instead of the family helping me, they decided, oh, let's take this child away, you know? Let's make her unfit. But yeah, it's pretty deep. So you moving into an adolescent, we have gathering, okay? And that's 26, gathering, north, and white. We have the truth card, which is number 11, truth, south, and red. And look at that. We have, it's almost exactly, the card came out exactly about us being deeply rooted and connected. And it's about us going through the changes. See the butterflies? Us going through that transformation. We're going through a sacred transformation, okay? So this is number 13, feminine, west, and black. So, excuse me, I need to get a drink. Oofta. Stay hydrated, stay hydrated. So what I'm hearing, moving from that childhood into that adolescent, you became very rebellious. You started gathering your own truths, right? You started gathering your own truths because everybody was lying to you. You had to rely on yourself. Okay? You had to rely on yourself. So you gathered the information as this adolescent to know that, hey, what they're doing, this isn't right. The way they're treating me, the way they're abusing me, the way that and I'm hearing the way that they broke my bones and lied to the doctor and said that I fell off my bike. Yes, that is. So you had to go in and gather all the truth yourself on your divine path. You had to listen to our Father and start changing your perception on things because you knew this wasn't right. You knew, and I'm hearing, I even vowed that I would never do this when I had kids. Like I said, I'm hearing you. I vowed I will never do this to my children. So you gathered all this information and you were determined. You were determined that everything that was happening has been nothing but a lie and hurt and pain in your adolescence. So you started rebelling. You started, you know, finding addictions, and you started, you know, banging in the streets and doing all the stuff that you shouldn't have been doing. But you were gathering your own information to see the truth, to find the truth of what do I need to do? Okay? Because the one person you thought you could count on, they weren't there for you. They weren't there for you. And I'm hearing divine feminine, some of you, you know, had it pretty rough in the streets when you were having to defend yourself. I'm hearing you would get beaten by people in the streets too, or you would have throw down with the best of them to protect yourself because you were tired of being abused mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, and spiritually. You started fighting back as an adolescent. You had your own language barrier between what happened as a child, what's happening now as an adolescent, and what you need to do. But you said, I'm going to stand in my truth. I'm not going to take this no more. I'm gathering all this information, all these things that were committed upon me, the innocent me. And now I'm being uprooted. Okay. As an adolescent, you were uprooted. You were uprooted from your home. You were taken away. They thought you were the problem, but they didn't want to look deeper into the people who were hurting you sexually, emotionally, mentally, and physically and spiritually, right? They wanted to bypass all them. They put the blame all on you. They put the blame all on you, which threw you in a very dark place, a very dark, and I'm talking manic depression, okay? Manic depression, massive anxiety. It changed your world. It flipped your world upside down. I'm hearing it flipped your world upside down. But the more you were there gathering information, the stronger you became. The more you started nurturing yourself and figuring out, how am I going to do this? How am I going to go about this? And I'm also hearing something about couch surfing, okay? Couch surfing. But you had to bring back this awareness to yourself. Hey, I wasn't the issue. I wasn't the issue. It was my karmic family. It was my karmic family who made me that outcast. And why did they make me an outcast? Because they knew my light was too bright for them. They knew God had a better purpose, and that you were going to have that freedom and liberation from God, that you were going to be able to go through these changes and transformations, and you're going to be able to look back on it and say, you couldn't hold me down at my throat. You had your foot at my throat this whole time, from a child into an adolescent and even into an adult. Okay, some of you are still going through this as an adult, where these people want to blame you, or they want to point the fingers at you. They want to, you know, make it that it's all you. But I'm hearing, gathering this information and the things that you had to go through. You witnessed people being murdered. You were witnessed people getting beat to death. You witnessed people being burned, you know, and taken advantage of, is what I'm hearing. And so you gathered all this information because you were already scared as a child. So you went in that defense mode. You started gathering information because you knew you were abundant. You knew you had a higher purpose. And you started walking and blazing your own trail and living in your own truth, fighting your own demons and figuring out how you was going to make it, because they didn't want to take care of you. They didn't want to take care of you. So what'd you do? You stood strong, right? You used that stamina as a child into that adolescent to gather the truth. Yeah, I'm hearing gather the truth. And when you started gathering the truth, the things that you started doing, you're like, wait a minute, wait a minute. I know I have no means. I'm not old enough to have a job. I have no means to get this and do that and get this and do that. So a lot of you had to do sinful things in order to make ends meet. And I'm also hearing some of you jumped from couch to couch from your friend's house because of the fact you knew that they weren't going to tell your parents where you were. They were trying to protect you because you opened up a little bit, so that you had a so-called safe haven. I'm also hearing that some of you stayed in an abandoned places, abandoned buildings. I'm hearing campgrounds. Yes, and this, like I said, tonight is pretty deep because the truth needs to come out. Yes, campgrounds. Yes, I lived in a campground as a teenage mom with my child in a tent, and I worked two jobs. I worked at McDonald's and Jenny Made Donuts. I worked two jobs, and I had a playpen inside that tent for me and my child. My own family wouldn't take me and my child in. So the thing is, I'm hearing you started to embody the wisdom. You started to embody that intelligence, and you went into survival mode. You went into survival mode. And going from adolescent into adulthood, what do they need to work most on, Father? Because going in to the adolescent to the adulthood, yeah, you had to be an aspiration, right? You had to be that aspiration. You had to go without judgment. You had to use your consciousness to give as much consideration to what has gone on. But I'm hearing as an adolescent into that adulthood, you started to get mentors and teachers and people who kind of like took you under your wing and guided you and gave you that unconditional love, and they held a space in their heart for you. Absolutely. And I talk about it because the thing is when this stuff is coming out, you have to be able to spiritually release this all to our Father, and give it recognition that you're no longer holding it in, because by holding it in, you're stopping your blessings. But in that adolescence, when you had to be that force to be able to recognize what is going on, you had hollow advancements. You started having this gentleness to you of like, wait a minute, I don't want to be like them. I don't want to act like them. I don't want to be all drugged out and drunked up and out of my mind. I want to be a good person. I want to do the right thing. So spiritually, you started coming into that cleansing and making that choice that you truly want to live life. You truly want to see the beauty in life because you have had nothing but darkness, hate, resentment, and abuse. Abuse. So you became, as that adolescent, and I call it, going down the hard road, going down a path never traveled, right? You blazed your own trail. You ain't no follower, you're a leader. You hopped off into your own little trail and you made a trail of what you needed to do, the things that you needed to learn, and listen to the word from our Father of coming in, because you became that architect for your achievements. You said, wait a minute, I got to get my ass clean. I got to stop this. Because if I'm inebriated and I'm doing all this stuff, people are taking advantage of me. People are only coming close to me. I'm only pulling people closer to me to take and do the same thing as they did to me as a child, right? So you start changing your perspective on the physical world and your reality of everything that's going on. And you look to our Father and you say, I'm here. I'm giving it to you. Show me what I need to do. And when you do that, you're making that choice in life to say, hey, I know because of what happened as a child, I did a lot wrong as an adolescent. I hurt a lot of people. I did a lot of bad things. But that's because we were programmed and conditioned that that was the right thing, right? We made others the target as we became that bow and arrow until we're like, wait a minute, what are we doing? This isn't monkey see, monkey do. We're not going to copy what they did. We're going to blaze our own trail. So when you started going on your own trail and blazing your own trail, you're like, okay, now I need to cleanse myself. Now I need to get right with God. Now I need to be baptized. Now I need to, go to recovery. I need to go and, recover from these addictions. And I need to go in and I need to talk to somebody to release this pain. But you started building that stronger foundation for you as that adolescent into an adult, right? You started following your passions and your desires. You started really focusing on what can I do to be able to do the right thing? Because God gave me 2 hands and 2 feet, right? He gave me a beautiful soul and a beautiful mind to work my butt off to get what I need and break all of this generational stuff that's been going on, right? So that became your power in civilization of I am meant to do something. I am here to do something. I am here to achieve. I'm not going to be gone. I'm not going to be punished by God by as that adolescent going down and doing them cruel things and taking from people and just being sinful all the way, right? No. Now you're in this powerful civilization of saying, "Hey, wait a minute. I can be a testimony to somebody. I can be that tool to somebody. I can put mine out there and let them know that they're not alone and it is okay to talk about it and that we're tired of being silenced and hushed about it because that's the thing. They want us to keep quiet about all of this and go talk to a psychiatrist and put you on medication so the pharmaceutical companies and everybody gets their dip, right? But what about talking to our Father? He is the master healer. He's the one that can heal everything. Yeah. So what are you out of balance of as an adult right now? What are you out of balance when it comes to your future? What are you out of balance of when it comes to your future? Well, alrighty then. Wisdom. Some of you are not using that wisdom and knowledge that he is giving you. So this card is 32, wisdom, north, and white. I love you too. I love you too. I love my soul family. You guys are amazing. And yes, it needs to come to light. It needs to come to light. But this is what you're out of balance is using that wisdom that God gave you that is linked with the civilization and linked with him as a oneness. Because being able to use your wisdom of how as a child into this adolescent you came through that storm, okay? And that storm was ferocious, right? That storm was just mind blowing and devastating, but you came through that storm. God helped you gather what you needed to be abundant, to be on your divine path, to seek the truth as that strong feminine or divine masculine, right? And so that you can be physically in this world to know that involving others, to be able to speak about it, that it is not when you were a child you were told and I'm hearing straight across the board, don't you tell anybody or I'll make your life a living hell. That's what somebody is saying right now of coming through. You were threatened. You were threatened. Okay? But the thing is he has given you that wisdom to spiritually be in the physical world and know that everything that you have gone through, that tear that you felt, that fear-based tear of, shh, keep it a secret, shh, don't tell anybody, shh, don't talk about it, don't bring it up. But the pain could be seen through your eyes. Your soul showed signs. People knew. You didn't have to say a word. People knew. People knew. And why is that? Because God gave them the wisdom to see. God gave them the wisdom to see. He gave them that wisdom and knowledge to be able to see that our Father lodges inside of us as that oneness. He gave them the wisdom to see and the gifts to see and to feel that pain, know that pain, speak that pain. You're not alone. You're not alone. And so he needs you to bring that emptiness, feeling cold and isolated, feel like you don't have anybody. He needs you to come back to the innocence of who you are. It is time for a rebirth. It is time for him to show you with the wisdom that he has. There is a new beginning, and it starts with that sacred transformation. When you can show that no matter what, that devil energy is not going to stop you from talking about it, from you releasing it. Okay, that doesn't mean you have to go out and say names or anything like that, but releasing it, letting these people know that you no longer fear them and they can no longer hush you up and they can no longer shut you up. And you speak that truth, whether they're alive watching it or not, they need to know that you no longer fear. They cannot force you to be quiet. They can no longer force you to have them hurt emotions. You're trying to fix yourself, okay? And they want to hold you back in fear. Are you going to let them? No. Put in that comment box, I ain't going to let them. Nope. 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 Not going to let them. Not going to let them sit and hold us down in fear, right? Because that is that devil energy having their foot at our throat. They want to kick us when we're down. They want to slander us when we're down. They want us to fear that they still have some type of hold over us as a child into an adolescent, into an adulthood. That's what you call an ego death. And the ego death and that pride death says, you ain't getting that. There's no satisfaction anymore. You're not going to hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. I'm telling you, no more, no more. The more lives we can save by speaking out about it, the more teenagers that we can save who are being sexually and mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually abused, to let them know, fear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, because our Father is the punisher and he will punish those who have done this to us. Thank you for the confirmation, Father. See, they're trying to stop me right now from speaking about it. But like I said, you can't stop me. I blaze my own trail. I am straightforward. I speak it raw. I speak it blunt. But some of the details that I was showing about some of the energies, I can't speak that out. That's a sacred position, like our Father said, that him and I have for the ones. But just know, I can see what truly happened to you. I can physically feel that pain that you have gone through. I know that fear. I know that depression, that anxiety, that PTSD, them panic attacks that you didn't know what was going on. You thought you were having a heart attack, but them panic attacks, that's serious. That's serious because they had so much power over you. They held you in fear. And as an adolescent, you started to rebel. You started gathering that information, figuring out your truth, trusting and believing in yourself and our Father, to inspire yourself through the difficult times, to move freely. Move freely. Because look at, that's all about freedom, right? Yes. Yes. See, and that's not good. That's not good, sweetheart. Because the thing is we need to ask our Father to come in and heal you and your heart murmur. Father, come in and take that heart murmur away. Take them chest pains away. Take that anxiety away. Take that PTSD and depression away. She's not deserving of it, Father. This is from stemming from what you're talking about right now. She don't deserve it. And without that balance in the physical here and our spiritual connection to our Father, our accomplishments are hollow, right? That's why we have to use our wisdom. You are not alone. Anybody who has seen this and who just comes by this video, you are not alone. You are not alone. You don't have to be iced out and put ice around your heart. You don't have to sit in the dark by yourself. I'm here to bring it out, and I'm going to shoot it straight forward. And if people want to come at me and try to punish me, our Father says, go ahead, let them. Let them try, because they don't know who they're messing with. They don't know who they're messing with, because I know I'm well protected. That's why he is bringing this to me. That's why he's having me speak this out. That's why he's having me show what is going on, because he said, listen, and I've got the goosebumps because he's hugging me right now. He's hugging me and thanking me for bringing this and helping his other children who are going through this currently. He's saying, oh, Father, that hit me in my heart really bad, like heavy chested, when he just said that. Currently, as we speak, there are 4 teenage girls per day that are coming up missing, being molested and raped. This has got to stop. That's the devil's work. We need to stop him. We need to use that wisdom and break that conditioning. Wow. Okay. So it is very sad. It is very sad. And I'm hearing that people that they thought that they could truly trust in has betrayed them in the most greatest ways. And everybody wants to blame our Father. Our Father is not to blame. He is not to blame. He said, I never said that this life was going to be easy, but I never wish evil situations on you. But I will be there to pick you out of the storm. I will be there to put you on that rock. And I will make sure that each and every one has a consequence. And he's true about that. He is absolutely true about that. He will dish out the consequences. It is not up to us. What is up to us is to bring that awareness out there that this needs to stop. And we need to come through that sacred transformation for the ones that have already gone through this, to the ones who are living through it right now. We need to stop this. And the only way to do it is from our Father bringing it out to put it out. So like I said, make sure that this is getting shared, because this is a message from the highmost Father himself coming through and saying, I told you tonight was a very strong message coming through. And this, it's coming down on the 8th day. He did that for a reason, because 8 is all about change. 8 is all about making the change. And he says, guess what? It's happening. It's happening. So, Father, with all this coming out the way that it is, for their future, what are they needing more clarity for? What more clarity do we need, Father, than the free flow of everything in the process? Oh, hallelujah. Lord, I love you, Almighty Father. I love you. I love you. I love you. So the card that came out is number 7, which is God's number. And he said, trust, trust, south and red. So we need to stay deeply rooted and grounded to our Father as we work through these past situations and fully trust and believe in him, that without trust, there is no love. And if there is no love, you don't believe in our Father. Because if there is love, then you know our Father. Then you know our Father. Whoa. Yeah. I just got a very specific message. So the Hyoki empath, okay, look at these cards, right? So what I got is the Hyoki empath, the true warrior, is the lodge of being innocent. A Hyoki is one of the highest ranking empaths. Mm-hmm. Kilamaya Takayashi. Arigato, arigato. Grazie, grazia. Gracias. Oxy, oxy. Wow, Danke Shane. Wow. And I'm saying thank you in many different languages right now. But the thing is our Father says trust and believe, because you see the ancient ways. These are the ancient carvings. This is about trusting and believing, because our Father, look, our Father and the angelic team is here. But this is the ancient knowledge that is coming through of where the imbalances lie and where they need to come about. He's wanting that clarity to come out. Confirmation. I'm telling you, confirmation. He is wanting this to come out. He says it's time, because this has been going on all the way back to, he's showing me 600 BC. This has been going on with the married family men and everything. Doing this to daughter-in-laws, he's showing me, sisters, brothers. This has been going on for generations and generations. I'm hearing 7,000 years from him. And look, he's showing right here, there needs to be a balance. This is the duality. This is a turning point. This is a turning point. I'm hearing each one of us are carved like these ancient stones. And in each and every one of us, that innocence is being shown. Trust and believe. Our Father is coming. Like I said, trust and believe. Because I'm telling you, he's saying that that particular history resides in all of us. That's an ancient marking of times. But we need to be like the phoenix, and we need to rise above. We need to spread them ashes, and we need to nurture and plant new seeds. Now is the time. Now is the time. Wow. So what is their lesson of power today, Father, that they need for their deeper fears? What is their What is their major lesson that they need to know? Yes. Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I love it. I love it when I get so excited. But look, this is card number 8, nurturing, south, and red. This is day 8 of the sacred transformation. And the powerful lesson that he wants you to learn today is you are nurturing your inner childhood wounds. You are nurturing and bringing it back to a beautiful paradise that he has designed for you. It is time to nurture that darkness and say, listen, I don't fear you. I don't fear you. I challenge you. I challenge you. Why? Because as a rebellion adolescent, we were up to challenging anybody, right? We thought we were unstoppable and unbreakable, right? But the thing is, yeah, that powerful lesson is I challenge the fear. I fear nothing. I fear nothing. And I don't even have to fear our Father because of the fact that I walk in the righteousness with him. And I walk in the existence of him to get the messages. But when he's talking about this, he's saying, listen, he has promised you a beautiful life. And that was all taken from you as a childhood into your adolescent that moved into your adulthood. But he wants your future to have that paradise in that kingdom that he promised you. That's what he wants. Yeah. Because I'm hearing your guarded kivas, which are your guarded hearts. Kivas, Egyptian kivas. He's just showing me kivas, which he's saying your guarded hearts. It is time to take the guards down. He has fired the guards from your heart, from your mind and your soul. And he says, you're out of here. Get it out of here. Nurture it. Nurture it. So, Father, what is their fear today as we bring this all up? Because I know a lot of them are going through emotional turmoil when some of this comes up. Because, yes, he said, you trigger a lot of people, but your light shines through a lot of people. And they feel that sense of nourishment. He's saying nourishment because it needs to come to the light. It's no longer in the dark. He's like, light that path up like no tomorrow, like it's the runway. Light it up like it's the runway. So what is their fear today, Father? What's stopping them from that transformation and that healing? Having the courage. So again, your fear, this is number 30, courage, north and white. A lot of you fear and don't have the courage to come out of your comfort zone. You are so used to staying in this trauma that you let it overtake your life. And he's saying, look, you need to have the courage. He has cleared the path for you. Remember when I said that we blaze our own trail? Yeah, look, there was a whole forest here. But we come down and we cut that stuff down. We blazed our own trail, right? We laid our own brick road. And why? Because we are different. We are unique. And we don't fear. We don't fear, right? Anybody comes, guess what? Right here. We've got coverage. And we know we have our Father watching over us. Because he brings us the resources that we need. He brings us the resources that we need. So the thing is that air of consciousness, Bring it forward. Have that courage. Have no fear. I'm hearing, have no fear. God is here. Stop it. Hallelujah. Get it up there. It's time to break free. He's saying the master teacher has come in to guide you with gentle, loving care, understanding, and to speak the truth of all truth. Because the thing is a lot are sitting and hiding out, just waiting for their life to kind of go with the flow. But if you don't nurture it, it ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. So let's see. What is our soul truth today? What is our soul truth today? What is the question that our Father wants you to ask yourself today? What is the question that our Father wants you to ask yourself today? And this is going to be a very important question that comes out. So family, write it down honestly, because this is, when you're honest, transparent, and vulnerable in your journals, guess what? You're healing yourself. You're bringing things. Thank you. You're bringing things to light. Thank you, Father. Wow, these ones that came out. Wow. First one that came out, it says, what can I do to make a difference? This is confirmation that our Father was speaking to me about this message that came out. And it was a very strong, very potent, very triggering message that he brought out. But he says, listen, you need to make a difference in somebody's life, whether it's big, medium, small, or extra large, because all of it makes a difference when you bring it to the light. Okay? When you bring it to the light. And this is having that new beginning, right? Because there's 5 feathers. This is about having that new beginning. Okay? Because the things that keep you up all night, that make it so that you have insomnia, or you can't sleep, or you're restless, or you're tossing and turning, and it's like the sea. You're tossing and turning, the waves are crashing, and you can't get a good night's sleep. And you wake up still tired because you are so depressed and so discouraged. So what can we do to make a difference? Soul family, I'm here for you. To the newcomers to my channel, what can we do to help you to make a difference? People who are getting abused mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and sexually, what can we do to make a difference? The ones that are fighting depression, anxiety, PTSD, panic attacks, bipolar, or whatever other disorders, what can we do to make a difference? Because now is our time to bring this all to the light. And we're not going to stop until our Father says we have achieved our mission, because we're not going to have a hollow achievement. We're not. We are going to be fulfilled in our achievements. So this one says, what do I believe about money? Do my beliefs match my dreams? Okay. What do you believe about money? Do your beliefs match your dreams? Okay, so the question is, I want you to fill in the blank on this one, all right? I am grateful to money because, and fill in the blank. You are grateful to money because, and I could tell you mine, I am grateful for money because it helps me help others. I'm a very selflessness person, and I don't believe in material and monetary things. If I have the resources, I'm going to help out. I'm going to be there to uplift, to rebuild, to let people know that money does not buy happiness. Money does not buy my love. Money does not buy me. Okay? So you need to really take a deep dive into your belief system. Money makes the world go round. Money makes the world go round. But the powerful lesson that he is speaking on this one, and I can tell you exactly that he's coming in and saying, listen, Everybody thinks it's great to have all this money. Yes. Okay. Money pays the bills. Money gets the things that you need for food and buys your supplies and everything else. But if you're going to be greedy, if you're going to be greedy and not help others and be humble, what is it doing? Okay. All it's doing is you're buying all these items, you're stacking up all these items so you can be in your ego, show things off. And then you've got a pile of all these things. So when it is your time and our Father says it's your time, what happens? Okay, now complete chaos because everybody's fighting over the material objects and nobody's focusing on that unconditional love of that person. So the thing is, I've never been about the money. I ain't about material objects. I love people who are true to themselves, who stand in their integrity, who be their true authentic self. And if you got it to where you can help out, great. But spreading the word is also helping out. It doesn't always have to be about money. If somebody says, "Hey, can you help out?" It doesn't mean give money out, because if you don't have it, you don't have it. If God hasn't blessed you with it yet, He's gonna. He's gonna, because He knows you will do the right thing. He knows that you will nurture. He knows that you will give back to humanity. He knows that you will do them things because He's always trusted and believed in you. And we have, what passion am I ready to pursue? What passion are you truly ready to pursue? Because He says you need to take a deeper dive into things, right? You need to take a deeper dive into your beliefs. And that's believing in you. That's having the passion to believe in you, yourself. Knowing that you are an extraordinary, unique individual, that He has made you as His angelic child. And your passion is going to prosper. And that happiness is going to shine to others. Yeah. Trust what your soul is being whispered to from our Father. Okay? Let's get a crystal. What do we need to know for the crystal, Father? Ha! Yeah! Booyah, baby! I'm telling you. The master healer came out. The light bringer. That's who I am. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shine my light all over you. Yes. Happiness is the way to be. Healing things is a great thing. Yeah. And even though my rhymes ain't criming right now and rhyming and criming right now, trust and believe. Yeah, I write some pretty good poetry, right? Yeah. Look at nature's cycle, because you are the star. You are the star. This is Melkonite. Okay. Melkonite is a very spiritual crystal. Okay. Yeah. Just know that you are the star and you are being balanced and stabilized by our Father. And this is Tekonite and Eucalyptus. And this is the runes for strength. Okay. And this is release. So a lot of you could be seeing 888, 888, 8. We got a lot of 8s up here. A lot of 8s. Why? Because here's our angel light. Here's our selenite and our angel light. And this is our angels coming through with our Father and says, listen, you are an angelic being. You need to trust and believe in yourself. And what passion are you ready to go for? What are you ready to shoot for? Yeah. Yeah. You're ready to shoot for that target, right? You're ready to shoot for that target? Because this is the hyper theme. Okay. This is all about solutions. This is the master healers finding the solution. This is the medicine wheel in the Native American Lakota, Pilamaya, Takiashi, Kente Kinyan, Pilamaya. I'm telling, thank you, ancestors. I love you. This is the healing medicine wheel. This is finding the solutions. This is about standing in your power of who you are. What else do we need to know, Father? That is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm telling you, it's a passion and a desire. Ooh-wee. Yes, this is the Chirothanium stone. This is the inspiration, baby. Yeah, trust and believe. This is like our Father coming in, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. This is the flower of life. And he is protecting us with all the angel realms and everything around us with the archangels and ascended masters in the multidimensional realms, because we are that shining star. We are that inspiration for change. We are the ones who are going to make that change happen. We're going to do it to it. And ain't nobody going to stop us. Beautiful, beautiful. Don't forget to hit them likes. Bring the likes up for me, please. Yeah, look at Kuan Yin is even coming out. Kuan Yin is even coming out and saying, listen, have that compassion. Have that compassion. See that enlightenment. Yeah, baby. I'm telling you. Having that true compassion and to follow your passion. Wow. Unbelievable. This is why high. Why high is the sun. This is our Father coming out, saying you will feel that warm passion of our Father. You will feel his presence. You will know he's present. I have all them that are trying to jump out. So let me see. What else do we need to know, Father? Yeah. Wow. Aperorodite. Trust and believe, baby. You're also getting a romantic love coming in. Yeah, baby. Trust and believe. Love is on the horizon because Sophia's coming in and saying, listen, that's divine wisdom, baby. Some of you could be 48 years old, but it's coming in. Divine wisdom. I'm hearing 52. 52 is very significant, and 52 has been showing up a lot in the readings, lady. Okay, so it could be a lady, but take the energy how it resonates. I'm also hearing October 17th. October 17th is coming out. Why, I don't know, but oh, okay, so this person could be 52 on October 17th. And this person has a lot of compassion, very warm, very gentle, very funny. It could even be a romantic love. But they have a lot of divine wisdom and very intelligent, very intelligent. So that's for somebody. All right, what else do we need to know? We're going deep into the Akashic records. What do we need to know, Father? Ooh. Ooh. Okay, it came out. It came out. I have to bring it out. I have to show you. So we have 21. This is Archangel Uriel and Sphinx. Okay. Remember what I said about, us going back to the ancient, carved stones of who we are from many past lives ago? Well, look at, you are uncovering. You see how the sand is uncovering from the highmost God? You're uncovering who you are. You're uncovering who you are. And Archangel Uriel is coming in and helping you. Let me grab a drink. Yeah, I'm wow, because Archangel Uriel is actually the one who is all about your beauty, your enlightenment, friendship, motivation, abundance, joy, all about your ascension. Wow. She's saying humility, unity, charity. Wow, thank you. Oh, your creativity and of being of service. And of being of service. So you are uncovering your true destination because you are that ancient carved goddess, high priestess, light worker, starseed, shaman, sage worker, empath, hioki. You're unveiling who you are and you're having compassion about doing it. Wow, what else do we have, Father? What else do we have? What else do we have, Father? Ooh, the Queen of Keys. Okay, so some of you are looking back now because you're getting epiphanies, and the Queen of Keys is some looking back towards your past. So when she's looking back towards your past, look, you're looking back to your lineage. You're looking back to your heritage. Okay? You're looking back at your inheritance of who you are, and you're uncovering and discovering who you truly are, he said. Thank you, Father. Ooh, I love it. I love it. What else do we need to know, Father? Yeah, because you got the book of secrets. Oh, and then the scribe came out. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I told you because you, all of the archangels and ascended masters and all the higher realms with our Father, he has written it in the scribes for you, in the scrolls of everything for you, in the books of knowledge. It is there. And now they're watching you open up to who you used to be, coming into your greater self. And this is a mirroring image because it's 2112, okay? That's a mirroring image. It's also coming out as the master teacher 33, so you could be seeing 3333. Massive, I'm telling you. Yeah. He's saying, don't you worry. I have been with you through the hard times when you think that I haven't been. But look at, he's wanting people to view their ego. The Four of Roses. When you put this down, it's like people are now starting to see how they've been living in their ego. And it is rocked their stability and created that insecurity in their stability. They're finally able to face themselves. They're finally able to face themselves, I'm hearing. Wow. All right, Father. That's right. Wow. Because look, our Father is the architect, and he knew it long before being in this physical world, right? He knew then. And you're opening up now because you are starting to see. You are starting to see what you were meant to do. You are starting to see that you are ascending to a higher level. Thank you, Father. Woo-wee. I'm telling you. What else do we need to know, Father? Anything else that we need to know? Yeah, that opportunities beckon. You are getting everything, the stability. Okay, a lot of you could be seeing 4 4. Yep, 4 4 4. That is a spiritual awakening. Okay, so opportunities beckon. I'm hearing you have infinite possibilities that are coming. Okay, he is about to bless you. He is about to bless you with some massive opportunities. Yeah, I'm hearing because you're so connected to our Father. You're so connected. There's infinite possibilities coming because you're deeply rooted and grounded and very tapped into what he is bringing. Yeah, because you trust and believe, and you ain't afraid to fly with him. You ain't afraid to get the knowledge. You ain't afraid to spread. Oh, look, we had one that flipped over here too. What is that? Yeah, you ain't afraid. Well, some of you are refusing to awaken. Some of you could be seeing 222. Okay. Some of you are refusing to follow your intuition and to fully awaken into your third eye. Some of you are refusing because you're not believing in a higher power. You're trying to block our higher power out. Because right here is showing me that you're trying to block our Father out. And you need to find balance and stability because he's the only one that can bring you the unexpected. Yeah. He says he wants you to take the lead. Okay. So again, another 3. We've got a lot of 3s out here. He's saying take the lead because that fire and passion that you have, look at, and at the bottom, we have the sacral chakra. That's that fire and passion. Look, to bring and open up that fertility box, to fertilize something new, plant new seeds, and open it up for people. Open it up. That it is time. Yeah, because look, so many people are going through challenging times right now that you're blocking your new beginning because you're staying in this negative energy and you're closing your heart off. You've got this big old shield up that says, "No, Father, sorry, I would not like my blessings. Thank you." That's what you're telling him because you see that sad face of you're cold-hearted, you're not in having that unconditional love. So you're facing challenging times right now because he's saying, "Look, you have closed yourself off to your intuition." This is the second card that has come out now. Look, the second card and 2 and 5, that's 7, that's our Father. But you guys are trying to block our Father out. You're still holding our Father. You're still holding our Father at fault, and he's not at fault. He's not at fault. Yeah, because look, confirmation. All he is wanting to do is give you unconditional love as the angelic being that you are. All he wanted is to give you that unconditional love. He wants you to have that book of knowledge of all the beautiful blessings that you can have when you open up to pure unconditional love. Yeah, he's saying change your focus and learn how to share the love because your sadness and isolation and not wanting to wake up to who you are. Look, 33 is coming out. He says, teach him, my child, teach him that joy and stability is the way. And that is the abundance of our Father because he's going to bring you everything. Look, all your daydreams are going to come true. Everything that you're trusting and believing in, you're going to have that new vitality. Look, you're going to be able to listen. This is the High Priestess card. Very intuitive being that is saying, hey, don't be afraid to reach out to me. I will give you the information that you need so you can confront what you need to so that your dreams come true. Okay? So if you're awaiting the results, look, here's the Emperor and here's the Teacher. Look at, I'm telling you, this is the Hierophant that's coming out and saying, listen, true belief and tradition of our Father is what's going to get you through. Yep. Look, seek the truth. Seek the truth. So that is your beautiful, beautiful message. I am closing out. He wants me to close out with a few of these. Thank you, beautiful sister Luana. I love you and God bless you, family. Let's see what he needs to tell us to close this reading out. What do we need to know? Thank you, Father. Yep, he's saying, listen, use your discernment and don't forget to have fun and be spontaneous, okay? Because laughter is the best medicine and surrendering to our Father is what brings in the best blessings. So he's like, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, he's like, and I'm telling you, look, talk to him. He don't care how mad that you get at him. He don't care. When you fear anything, pray to him. And I actually have been working on in the little studio thing. I've been working on, because you guys had asked me to make a video how to ground yourself, and this is going to actually walk you through where you can save it. It's me playing my own instruments, it's me doing the whole thing. Okay, it's co-creating. That's why it wasn't put up today like I had promised, so I apologize to you about putting that up today. I didn't think that it was going to take that long, but it did. And just have hope when this does come up, and you be able to sit back and you listen to mine. You're going to feel the power. You're going to feel the power. You're going to feel that energetic power coming from me to you, because it's my voice you're going to be hearing, but it's going to be that deep meditation on how to ground yourself. Because look, divine awareness of the divine plan. Okay, so our Father has a divine plan, and it's up to me to put it out there and get it all out there to you, because I have deep feelings for everyone and love everyone as the beautiful human beings that they are. And I go with the flow in order to grow each and every day. That's how I get my rewards and recognition. And I want to create great memories with my soul family and the people that come into my life, right? So it's all about standing in your truth, standing in your power, right? Look, truth be spoken, I'm telling you, confirmation. And don't forget to ask for that divine guidance. Don't be afraid to come forward, okay? So sending lots of love and light to all of you. Blessings, prayers, and healing from me and our Father to you. May all your wishes, dreams, hopes, and desires come through. May you follow your passions. May you stay strong and keep your head up, shoulders back, and persevere forward, knowing that you got this because you are a true warrior. I love all of you. Thank you, Soul Family, for being here. Everyone who supports me, to all the existing, all the ones that are coming in, and the ones who are sharing to get it out there to bring more of our soul tribe in, so that we can take a stance and we can change this and let it be known. So, like I said, tomorrow is going to be a little different. If you have questions or there's certain things that come up through channeled messages, because your loved ones have been wanting to come through, and specific messages for my soul family are coming through. So tomorrow and Sunday we will be doing that, and then we will go back Monday on the sacred transformation, and we will do day 9 of the sacred transformation starting Monday, okay? And God says that way that you don't get off that beaten path, okay? That you keep gathering the information to stand in your truth, okay? Stand in your power, stand in your power. But this way it brings a little different in there, because he said we can go hard for the 30 days, but he wants you to go through your journals, and he wants you to be able to absorb the information, okay? Absorb the information and what it is pointing at for you in the notes that you have taken, and the messages that you have gotten, and the cards that have come out that pertain to you, how they resonate, okay? So I just wanted to let you all know that I will be back on here at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. But like I said, I'm gonna have that meditation stuff up for you, and I'll call it meditation, because then the people who are copying me can go up and try to do what they think I'm talking about. But I always give it a different code name, okay? All right. So yeah, I know how to strategically and energetically keep the lower energies away from us. So just know that I love you all. Yeah, like I said, I'm super excited, and we're going to keep on this journey. We're going to keep bringing things forward. Here, we ain't afraid to talk about it. Here, we ain't afraid to dig in deep to what we need to do for our soul family to heal, because we need every one of our soul family members to be strong, to be resilient, to persevere forward, and to truly put in that work, so that when it comes time for that sacred task that our Father has for us, we all come in unity to be able to do that, okay? So, sending lots of love and light to all of you, blessings to all of you, and I will see my lovely soul family tomorrow. Mwah. Peace. Good night. There, I put it on there. Good night, soul family. Love you. Love you lots like tater tots. Mwah.